some kind of feeling. I don't have any weather report, but I'm thinking somehow it might get rough tonight. And I set up the stealth stove with some twigs, and I got some rocks, and I'll use these rocks to heat them up real quick in the middle of the night when I'm real cold. Wrap it in a big washcloth, throw it down my sleeping bag. That rock holds tons of heat, and it just throws it off and turns your whole sleeping bag like you have an electric blanket on high. I've had to open the sleeping bag before when I've got a nice hot rock in there. Got the stealth stove down here all set up. I just had to touch off the birch bark and set the stone onto this when it's cold, and I can do that several times tonight without really getting outside my tent. Pork chop time. Got the stealth stove rocking. Minimal impact here. That looks about done. The thing about the stealth stove is it quickly fills with coals down here. So if it was bigger, and I did, my original design had a 6-inch pipe, not a 4-inch like that is. And I like this for me, but if you had more than one person you were cooking for, a bigger stealth stove would be helpful. Chin in our packed and ready to go. There's where the stealth stove was. So, stealth stove is cooking me a nutritious dinner, like breakfast, except it's all I got until I get into the store. I was too tired to pedal across the river to the town of Wakefield. So eggs will have to do, they'll do fine. Hunger is the best cook. I developed the stealth stove because it lets me make a nice, safe fire for cooking without leaving a trace. It's easy to make one. The main part is a piece of ductwork you can find on the shelf at any home improvement store, and the pegs you see can be made from a piece of steel rod from the same store. The total cost is less than $10, and the exact parts I used will be shown at the end of this video. The stealth stove makes a good digging tool and replaces a shovel if you keep one in your pack. Excavating a site for a quick cooking fire is easy. The trench is for leading air into the base of the stealth stove, and the stove itself stands upright, stuck into the ground part way. The stealth stove works with only a handful of fuel. The flames rise, creating a draft of incoming air, which fans the flames, increasing the draft. This draft increases the heat within the combustion chamber and gives a clean burn, minimizing smoke, which makes your location more stealthy. The stealth stove works on the same principle as a rocket stove without the weight. The stealth stove weighs less than 6 ounces. I started with a larger diameter duct but found it was too big and used too much fuel, so I went with the 5-inch ductwork you see here. Even so, sometimes the fire is more than necessary for cooking, so it takes a little practice. Campfire cooking, of any sort, is an inexact science compared to cooking in the kitchen at home. I've cooked lots of meals on the stealth stove. Pork chops, burgers, steaks, spaghetti, mashed potatoes, hard-boiled eggs, pancakes, bacon. Think of it as a burner on a stove. It won't bake or roast like an oven, but you're camping, so that's okay. I suppose you could fashion a grill to go over the top of the stealth stove, but I like my frying pan, and that does a fine job for me. So, build yourself a stealth stove. Practice with it before you go camping, so you'll have some skill and you'll know what you're doing. And share this video with your friends who love camping, and more people will benefit from this fun idea. Isn't that fun?